Hi class, this is our second video on the assignment for this week. What we're going to do in this one is to focus on question 2. Here you're given a series of transactions and you have to enter them on the lines that are indicated in the spreadsheet. So transaction A goes on the row that's labeled for transaction A, B, C, D, etc. So you've got several transactions here. For 3 and 4, the spreadsheet, I'm sorry, just for 3, the spreadsheet is set up to do most of these calculations for you. And then question 4, you have to write a kind of an essay type response to that. So if we go to the spreadsheet and go to this template for question 2, here are the transactions that have to be entered. Now, one of the things that's very important here is the numbers that are entered here already, they are actually entered with in thousands of dollars. What this means is that these numbers have the last 3 zeros omitted. So it's very important for the computer for the calculations to be performed correctly on this question and this question is that you enter the numbers in here with the zeros omitted. So for example, let's do the first couple of these. So we go to the textbook, and it says that HHL took out a long-term loan for $3 million. So you have to think about, recall the accounting equation, and we have to make sure that we stay in balance. So assets have to equal liabilities plus equity. So Happy Hospital here got $3 million in cash from issuing the long-term debt. Now, what I'm talking about with the zeros, if we enter $3 million here, it would look like this, 3 million. However, the way that we're going to enter 3 million is to take off the last 3 zeros on the number and then enter it like that. So 3 million gets entered as 3,000. And then the other account that's affected on this is under liabilities. So we enter the 3 million like that. The next transaction is HHL purchased $1 million in inventory with cash. So we go back to the spreadsheet, go over to row B, which is row 5 here, and here cash is going to go down $1 million. Now remember, we omit the last 3 zeros on here, so it'll be entered as minus 1,000, and then inventory would increase 1,000. Now what you can do if you desire here to make sure that each of the lines is in balance is you could set up a formula over to the right here where you add up all the assets and say subtract the liabilities and equity, and you should end up with a 0 here. So you go through this for each of the transactions, and then that will finish question 2. Question 3 should automatically calculate here. It'll pull the values from the previous page. So just be careful that you do not change any of the formulas that are already entered. You can see here that this references cell B79. This one references the transaction template, question 2, M19, and so forth. So make sure that you don't delete any of these when you're completing this. And then finally, the ratios should calculate automatically here as well. Now do a review to make sure that none of these look really out of whack. Extremely large or extremely small compared to 2018, and that would probably mean that you didn't know how to omit the zeros. So email me if you have any questions and we'll get this worked out.